What's up, everyone? This is Barricade 2091, and I'm finally bringing you guys a new episode of Gears of War lore. And for anyone who hasn't seen my videos before, this is just a little thing I do where I talk about some of the Gears of War backstory that you most likely can only know by reading the novels. Morely, morely aimed at the people who haven't read the novels and want to know more about the story. And it's either usually stuff that happened in novels, or sometimes it will be about theories. This episode is going to be about a theory. And this episode, I'm going to talk about backstory about the Queen and who I think she is and what she is. Uh, well, first of all, I might have said this in an earlier video before. She is not Marcus's mom. You need to get whoever thinks that needs to get out of their head. She is not Marcus's mom, and the thing that proves that is the fact that he knew his mom, he loved her, etc. And she was looking in the hollow one day, I don't know, getting emulsion crystals. She was a scientist too, and she was doing like a type of experiment, and they found her dead, and they found her body. So they found her dead, they found her body, they recovered her body. It's not his mom. But anyways, well, one theory I have about her is that I think she's this little girl named, she was obviously a little girl named Romany. And the reason for that is because, well, obviously she looks human. And I think that, and one theory is that she was probably someone that left, left her own home for whatever reason, and for some reason ended up leading the Locust. And the reason why I know that sounds kind of weird and, I don't know, stupid, but the reason why I say that is because of the fact that in the first novel, Asphalt Fields, in the beginning of chapter 4, it tells you a story, an old story. And the story is, I'm quoting it right now. Despite her mother's warnings and the calls of her friends, Romilly left the safe company of her friends and walked deep into the perils of the forest. She thought they would admire her independence and respect her brave willingness to break ranks with the others, but she did not walk alone. The six-legged demon that had waited patiently beneath her house since her birth followed her, unseen, and joined the rest of his kind who rose from the depths to embrace her. And then the description says, ancient tyrant fairy tale of the popular and improving theme of monsters lying in wait for disobedient children. And what I think is, I don't know, for some reason, the Locust, you know, liked her, or I don't know, they just chose her. And then she probably thought the humans, other humans, were not worthy of the world because of the fact that they fought amongst one another so much, pendulum wars. And, I just, for some reason, I think that's what it is. And either that or it was just Romley's just little girl that got killed by corpses. My other theory, which might make more sense to you, is that she was the perfect experiment from Niles. If you remember in Gears of War 2, Niles, you find an old scientist, broken down, old, you could tell it's been there for a while. And you can see that whatever happened there happened a long time ago, basically. And you find in one of his last documentation, his last video, it says that the cog or whatever didn't let him do the experiment no more, so he had to leave to Mount Kadar. And he took his children, as he called them, to Mount Kadar. And the thing is, Mount Kadar is the place that leads to where the Queen is. The Mount Kadar leads to where the Queen lives, in the center of the hollow where she has her castle. And so obviously she came from Niles and went to Mount Kadar because he took her there. And what I think is that he was probably experimenting on people. Maybe, I don't know, maybe what I said right now, maybe he thought normal humans weren't worthy because they fought amongst one another. And he probably wanted to make, a new species or something. And he probably found the Locust because Adam Phoenix knew about the Locust before anyone else. And maybe he did too. Or maybe he worked with Adam Phoenix, I don't know. And he tried to mix the Locust with the humans and which made the sires. And the thing is, what I think is she was a sire that ended up being the most perfect sire that looked and appeared Locust to the Locust. Not to us. We obviously see that she's human, but maybe to her, maybe it's the way she smelled, maybe the way she didn't age. Or, I don't even know how long locusts are supposed to live, and locusts are supposed to live. And maybe when she went into the hollow, something happened to Niles, and they saw her and realized she looks locust to us, and they let her live. And then maybe since she was actually smart and civilized, I think maybe the locusts were probably not even civilized. They were probably more caveman like, and she probably made them civilized, made them build stuff, make weapons, and took the ideas from the weapons from the cog and made an army to kill the humans that weren't worthy of the surface. And that's what I think she is too. Either she's Romany or she's a sire that was perfect. And one other reason that makes it proves to me that she's part human, obviously besides her looks, or maybe she is human. If you remember at the end when she's talking to Adam Phoenix, and I mean not Adam Phoenix, sorry. She's talking to Marcus, and she's talking stuff to him, and he puts the knife behind his back, and if you remember, you see that blue pulse that comes out and kills the Lambit. But if you notice, when she's talking stuff to Marcus, one of the blue pulses comes out, and it does nothing to her. Doesn't affect her at all. So that shows that she has no Lambit in her, and that she didn't, you know, get affected by it like the Locust would, because that machine that Adam Phoenix made kills Locusts too, even if they're not infected with the emotion. And maybe her human part of her let her live when she got hit by the blue pulse that kills everything that's not human, pretty much. And these are just some crazy thoughts, crazy theories of what she is, because there's still a lot of backstory that hasn't been explained yet. And I really, really want to know because, well, I'm a giant nerd. I read the books, I play the game. And I really want to know what happened, what made her want to kill all the humans. And I think it was because of the pendulum, where she probably didn't think they were worthy to have the surface, because they couldn't even get along with one another. Because even though the locusts are crazy, messed up beings that kill anything that isn't them, they still seem to get along with each other. And I really think that's the reason why she wanted to kill the humans, pretty much. But anyways, this is coming to an end, and please like and subscribe for more Gears of War content. Hope you guys like this video. If you have any ideas for the next episode of Gears of War lore, let me know. I'll probably think about it. And, well, just take it easy, guys.